The USC Trojans back in action for fall camp on Monday, the first year of the Steve Sarkisian era. At quarterback will be returning junior starter Cody Kessler. With the new up-tempo offense, the play of Kessler and the leadership that he showed this offseason will be critical. His backup will be Max Brown in his redshirt freshman season. Max really throwing the ball well. At tailback will be Buck Allen, the team MVP last year with his performance over the second half of the season. Buck really bulked up right now, as you can see right there, and turning into more of a vocal leader right now. And then two players back from injury, Trey Madden, who was a starter at the beginning of the year last year and had 100-yard rushing games of 3 of the first 5 games. And then Justin Davis, who dazzled at times in his true freshman year, looks to be in the rotation as well this fall. Going out to wide receiver, Nelson Aguilar will be stepping into the primary role as the main weapon for this offense, and he appears more than ready. Nelson was the top player for the Trojans on the field this spring. The other starting spot figures to be Darius Rogers, who will be wearing the number 1 this year. George Farmer, coming back from his knee injury. Steve Sarkisian said at Media Day last week that George is still the fastest guy on the team. Victor Blackwell for his senior season. A guy who certainly knows how to make big plays. Consistency is going to be key for Victor. And then the true freshman who dazzled this summer, Adoree Jackson. Most people had him pegged for corner, but don't be surprised if he has a role on offense. Juju Smith is another guy who could see time on either offense or defense. 6'2", Juju's a tall one. And then probably the most consistent of the true freshmen this summer was a Janae Harris, making the transition from high school quarterback to receiver. Randall Telfer returning this summer and looking strong as the summer was going along. Jalen Cope-Fitzpatrick also got plenty of action in the spring when Randall was out. And then true freshman Bryce Dixon showed this summer that he is going to be a talented pass-catching weapon. The offensive line is going to be key to get straightened away. The returning left tackle, Chad Wheeler, was one of the leaders of the offseason workouts, teaching the younger freshmen. Right tackle expected to be Zach Banner, looked very solid in spring. And then the center, Max Turk, a guy who has seen starting experience both at left tackle and left guard. Andre Walker, his health at right guard will be key, coming back from his ankle injury. And then Jordan Simmons at left guard, how his knee shapes up will be a key to him. And then some of the true freshmen, Toa Lobendon was here in spring, and he could easily challenge for a starting spot. Vianney Talamai-Vau saw time at both center and guard. And then you also have Big Damian Mama, who could get in the mix at guard as well. Flipping over to the defensive side of the ball, the All-American Leonard Williams says he played last year at 70% with his shoulder. That's a scary thought for opposing offenses. Leonard really looked strong this summer, ready for big things this year. And the guy who could benefit, Antoine Woods, from a lot of double teams for Leonard Williams. Antoine looked good at nose tackle, becoming one of the leaders of the defense. Claude Pellon, incoming JC transfer, looks to be the other starter along the interior. J.R. Tavai, a guy who will challenge both at rush end and could play on the interior if needed, but he will be competing with Scott Starr for that rush end spot. Scott really looks ready to go. Another good position battle should be a strong side linebacker. Quentin Powell, always athletic. And then Jabari Ruffin really came on at the end of spring to challenge for that role. That should be a fun competition to watch. And then the man in the middle of the linebacker group, Hayes Pillard, extremely productive, the leader of the defense. Back for another year in the middle of the Trojan D. Alongside him, Anthony Sorrow. With Lamar Dawson out, Anthony has really looked strong over the spring and summer. And then a key backup is going to be Michael Hutchings. Look for him also to contribute a lot on special teams. Going back to the secondary, Josh Shaw, locked in at one corner spot, will be one of the best corners in the country this year. And then opposite him is Kevon Seymour. I really thought he came on well in the spring and summer workouts. Chris Hawkins will be in the mix. Redshirt freshman is really ready to go. Long arms and bulked up in the upper body. Going back to the safety spot, Leon McQuaid, one of the most improved performers of the summer. And then a guy who could be as good as anybody, Sua Cravens, a freshman All-American last year, will really be the backbone of that Trojan defense in the secondary.